Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tesla. They've just had kind of I call it a major drop-off. It's only 4.5%, but still looks big. Here's a look at what they've done over the past year. Actually, one stock that's actually in the green, 9.5% in the past year. Past 3 months, we'll just call that 16%. They're down in the past month, 9%. Was in the 302s down to the 266, up above that now. Here's where they started going down again in the past week, was up above 300. And here's a look at today, so they're going down again. So doesn't really bother me. This is a long-term hold, ticker TSLA. This is a long-term hold for me. It just allows me to buy some more, so which is always a good thing. I'll be holding this one till I retire, or who knows when. I don't know. It'll go up, it'll split again, it'll do its thing. But if you don't know much about Tesla, they're in EVs, electric vehicles, solar, electricity, solar energy systems, you name it. Feel free to pause and go over that. Founded in 2003. Market cap of $866 billion. High today of $266.10 and a low of $276.28. 52-week high of $414.50 and a 52-week low of $206.86. Volume on this one on the average is 65 million. It's usually pretty heavily traded. Volume here today of 10.88. Ratings on this one currently at a 62% buy, so can't complain too much about that one. Next earnings is expected on October 19th, so I would put that one on your calendar. These were all transferred out of this particular brokerage, so that's why you see the price what it is. Back in May, it's split since then, but you can see it was in the high 8s and low 9s back then. So, and I was buying some partial shares, so you can see everything's in the red today. So happy Friday. Google's down below $100. So crazy times. Microsoft Bing currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price target to $320.83. Tesla analyst says this factor will drive powerful enough narrative shift to draw in long-time skeptics. This is dated here today. So Tesla would be a beneficiary of tech advancements and regulatory support in the form of Inflation Reduction Act, or IRA, tax credits over the next decade. According to analyst Morgan Stanley, I've talked about this a couple times, and the tax credit for purchasing an EV, so just do your research. Not all of them out there are covered by way of the article. So I found it kind of interesting. But the analyst sees further significant opportunities to reduce battery costs. Tesla is likely to make more than 3.1 million electric vehicles in the United States by 2030, and a potential $10,000 IRA boost per unit could fetch over $30 billion to the company, the analyst estimates. This could provide a 50% of potential upside to Morgan Stanley's 2030 auto EBIT estimate of $65 billion. Jonas said, adding that there also likely to be gross margin expansion. So Tesla has competitive moat. I just did a video on Ford. I've talked about GM a couple times. Their CEO, his goal is to compete with Tesla. Everybody wants to compete with Tesla because they're the big dog on the block. But everybody wants to compete with them. The $7,500 consumer tax credit may not be applicable due to the entity of foreign concern clause, the analyst said. However, if IRA is implemented without any change, Tesla could potentially benefit to the tune of $55 billion from the production tax credit alone from 2023 to 2030. We believe that investors don't yet appreciate the sheer magnitude of the bill. Investors look into the companies can vertically integrate and which have the capital to deploy the re-architecturing the supply chain at giga-tera scale. They may find Tesla to be easier name to own. So such analysts think a Tesla emergence infrastructure player can drive a narrative shift powerful enough to onboard longtime skeptics in the name. Jonas has an overweight rating of 383 price target for Tesla shares. Tesla closed Thursday down 4.06 to 288.59. So we'll go over the price here again towards the end. But Tesla countersues California agency behind race bias lawsuit. So kind of always, they probably always got something in the courts, I'm sure, between Elon, the company, and stuff like this. So accused the electric car maker of tolerating widespread race discrimination at the flagship assembly plant. I'm not going to read all of this just because we're all human. We're one race. It doesn't matter what the color is, race. I don't care. I have friends of all kinds of races, so it's just when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's just irritating, sad. It's just the day and age we live in, and so I'm not really going to go into depth on this article. If you want to read that one, feel free to go over there for yourself, or else you can go right to the source on MSN. Moving on here, Tesla battery, a partner LG Energy boosts a North American mineral supply chain with 3 Canadian deals. And this is also dated yesterday, so LG is a awesome brand. I used to have a LG TV. Go with Samsung now, but Tesla supplier LG Energy Solution said in a statement on Friday it has signed a separate partnership agreements with 3 major critical mineral suppliers in Canada to secure lithium and cobalt. The lithium-ion battery manufacturer said the latest arrangements to secure minerals from Snow Lake Resources Limited, Electra Battery Materials Corporation, and Avalon Advanced Materials are in line with the company's strategic vision to reinforce its key battery materials supply chain in North America. Electra, known to be the only supplier capable of refining cobalt sulfate in North America, will supply LGES with 7,000 tons of cobalt sulfate for 3 years starting in 2023. Avalon will supply LGES with lithium hydroxide 11,000 tons per year for 5 years. Initially starting in 2025, LGES will also be provided with Snow Lake's lithium hydroxide 20,000 tons per year for 10 years once production starts in 2025. Why it matters: the Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, which stresses the importance of the EV battery components manufactured or assembled in North America, has further underscored the significance of battery manufacturers. So it's always going to come down to it's probably the most expensive part of the car. I've never really broken it down. That's just by guess, and then I would probably go with some of the software I know is expensive as well. But the shell, the core, whatever you want to call it, the car, I would assume they're probably trying to cut corners on everything, just like every other manufacturer. That's why you try to talk about lithium, all the picks and shovels, if you will, that go behind EVs. I just did a video on copper within the last week or two, and that was kind of interesting as well. So over here on Reddit, unfinished Ford trucks keep piling up in massive lots visible from space. That's interesting. I just did a video on Ford. They're actually down as well. So the most loved or hated car brands in every country. Elon Musk faces skeptics as Tesla get ready to unveil Optimus robot. I talked a little bit about that on one of my past videos. Tesla supercharger for the first time and discovered one of the best reasons to buy a car from Elon Musk. So it must be a positive review. So Model Y, first time driving the king of EVs. So over here on StockTwits, currently at $276.89 with a low of $206.86, a high of $414.50. Bill Gates smiling as he shorts the foremost company in the world. First viruses, then destroying farming, now crashing the stock market. Yeah, he's going to ruin the world. So just what it says there. Monster trade with Tesla. Discord chat room, look at this win. 138 to 6. Can't even get past. Yep, it's going down. So over here on MSN Money, currently at 276.70 with a buy rating and an up analyst projection of 308.80. So that's all I have on Tesla. If you have Tesla, go ahead and list that in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.